What's up, YouTube? Dragon Power 17 here, and I'm delivering you guys my post-Raging Tempest Dark Magician deck profile. There's been so many changes, and I want to go through them all with you guys because the Raging Tempest set was just so crazy. Spoiler alert, there's no Zodiacs in here. But let's get right to the deck profile, and I'll explain every single thing that I changed and why I changed it and all my thought process. So, start off, we got the triple Dark Magician. Those will probably always be the same. We've got the double Magician of Dark Illusion and the triple Rod ratio. I still like to not see him as much as possible, I guess. And the rods are still at 3 because you definitely want to see that guy. Next, we've got the Raging Tempest support. We've got the Windwitch archetype, or I guess engine. The triple Ice Bell, the 1 Glass Bell, and the 1 Snow Bell. So these guys give me a really good first turn play. Then I can set up all my other Dark Magician stuff, so that doesn't impede on the synergy with the rest of the Dark Magician cards. Like, they can still, I can still allure, search with Rod, search with the Circle, and set my field up while having a strong first turn Crystal Wing play. And I think that's really important, given this current format where you can't really get all the turns to set up as much as possible. So I'm running that. The rest of the monsters, we've got 1 King Caballo and double Max C. I'll explain the card choice for King Caballo in a second. So onto the spells, we've got the triple circle. Still triple circle. We've got the double duality. I cut this to 2 because of the Wind Witches. If I have it in my hand, if I have Wind Witches in my hand, then I don't want to see this because, I mean, I have to wait another turn to activate this card. Or if I don't have the Wind Witches, then I can continue my normal Dark Magician shenanigans. I cut Allure. I don't know if my last profile featured 3, but it's back down to 2, and I'm going to probably keep it that way. With a 1 Upstart running off my little draw engine. The Upstart's important because it's a kind of a free sort of draw when you have the circle activated. You look through your cards, and you can stack your deck. So the Allure's cool because you can draw both the cards if you've got the dark, but the Upstart can give you 1 card without having to banish a dark monster. So that's why I run the 1 Upstart over the 3rd Allure of Darkness. The rest of the spells, we've got 1 Illusion Magic and 1 Summoner's Art, still the same ratio, 1-1. And we've got the double Twin Twister. I cut out the Dark Magic attack. I feel like this is more viable because you don't have to have Dark Magician, and you can set this turn 1 and other stuff. One of the traps, we've got the triple Magician Navigation, still same goodness, and the triple Eternal Soul, still the same. The Dimensional Barrier, the Vanity's Emptiness, and the Solemn Brigade, the 2 Solemn Strikes and 1 Solemn Warning. I cut out the Drowning Mirror Force. I had to make space for the rest of the Wind Witches, and I'm actually trying out the King Caballo that I put in. I think it'll be really good, but you know, I'm not entirely sure. And I had to fill a slot. I don't know. I wasn't completely sure what to put in, but I think King Caballo might be a little cool, little tech option. So going through the extra deck, we've got the Exceeds. We've got the double Ebon High Magician, the Flare Metal, the Gaia Dragon, Thunder Charger, the Big Eye, the Draco Sack, and the Ebon High Magician. You saw I wasn't playing any Cherries targets, so I had to fill my extra deck up with some things that I could possibly use, and these are all the Ring 7 Xyz, aside from Master Blades. Onto the synchros, we've got the one Crystalline for the Windwitch combo, the Windwitch Winter Bell, the Clear Wing, because you can go into this also if you, I don't know, if you would want to, I don't know, it's possible. The Stardust, well, Stardust is still in here. Spoiler alert, there's no Starlight Roads in my side deck, but you can still make the Stardust Dragon, and he still can protect your Eternal Soul for being destroyed. And he's a win, so you can go into on turn 1 if you feel like you have to protect Starlight Road. I mean, Eternal Soul. The one Omega for the Kinkabio. So Kinkabio can summon any level 1 monster from the graveyard, and then you just pull the Ice Spell, the Windwitch Ice Spell from the grave, and synchro with the Dark Magician, and you can go into the Stardust or the Omega. Or you could pull the Ice Spell from the grave with Dark Magician on the field, and you can use Kinkabio Ice Spell to go into the Mistworm and the Dark Magician, of course. To go into Mistworm, he's a win attribute monster, so he can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. And you can also summon the Trishula. She can be destroyed by opponent's card effects, but sometimes Trishula is better than, well, most times Trishula is better than Mistworm, but Mistworm is good in this case because it can't be destroyed by card effects, by the opponent's card effects. And last but not least, I have the one Leo still. I don't run the Ghost Reapers, mostly because I'm not sure exactly what to use. Like, most people are just playing Zodiac Beast. I don't have any Zodiac cards or any DDD stuff, so I feel like unless I'm going rogue against a rogue player, then it's kind of obsolete at this point. Well, not obsolete, but like not suited for my personal use. Onto the side deck, which is completely personal preference, but this is what I still feel like it might be kind of useful. Still have the Chaos Hunters, and I have the double Ghost Ogre, Snow Rabbit. Still good. Opponent can't banish cards, and the Ghost Ogre still pops things that's annoying. Next we've got the one Kumongous, the Raiden, Thunder King, and Gamma Seal, the Kaiju engine for the Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers. Now, so one thing to note, I had these guys in my deck before, as my main deck before I put the Windwitches in, and this was my main deck engine. And I ran this with like Maxis and stuff that allowed me to go second. But I started these guys fourth so I could put the Windwitches in the deck and try that out. But this was my previous main deck stuff, and I could definitely bump up into the Kaiju Slumber to 3. Right now I just have the Raigeki, but that could probably be 3 Kaiju Slumbers. On to the rest of the side deck, we've got the one Doomstar Magician. He's pretty cool. Once per turn you can discard 1 card, then target a Pendulum Scale on either player's side of the field and destroy it. Then you get to draw 1 card. So it's kind of like you discard any like a dead navigation, or you could discard a Dark Magician or something like that in your hand. Discard these guys. I guess it wouldn't be dead if you had Dark Magician, but or if you don't have the navigation, but you do have the Dark Magician. You can discard any card really, but probably like the ideal targets would be these guys, or like a dead Ice Spell or something. But you can discard those guys, pop your opponent's scale, and then draw a card. And he can be summoned off of the navigation. And last but not least, we've got the triple Secret Vigil of the Spellcasters. To round out, I think this is probably the better, in my personal opinion, the better protection over Starlight Road, because Starlight Road is, I don't know, And I still like the card, but I feel like if your opponent can't use the spells, then it's kind of better, in my opinion. So that's it for the deck profile. So I want to get into some of the things you can do. So if you have, so let's say you've got your field set up. You've got a circle on the field, and you've got navigation set. Like this is, let's say mid-game-ish or whatever, and you have a ice spell in hand. This is like completely situational. Like if you don't have it, then obviously not. But something cool you can do, keep in mind. The Windwitch engine doesn't conflict with the deck really at all, even if you've got the navigation set. You change the navigation to her effect, to summon the Dark Magician from the hand and whatever spellcaster from the deck. I would say, since I'm doing this way, I'll summon 2 Dark Magicians. And then the Ice Spell will allow you to summon Glass Spell from your deck. And then, since Glass Spell says for the rest of the turn, you get to still go on with your plays and search out your Snow Bell. And you will get the banish of Dark Magical Circle, of course. But then, yeah, her effect says you can special summon her if you have wind monsters and no other non-wind monsters. But you can still just go ahead and normal summon her to the field and go on to your power plays. You can go into your Stardust Dragon if you want, like Stardust Dragon and maybe a Crystal Wing, Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, or you could go into the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon play and just have 2 Dark Magician on the field, and this in the grave for protection. That's really cool. Of course, you can do the first turn Windwitch strategy with the Ice Bell, and you can have any other like myriad of cards in your hand to, well, not that one, but cards in your hand to activate after you summon your Crystal Wing. So, I mean, the engine of the Windwitch seems really cool. So I'm playing with it, and it seems really good, and it hasn't let me down. And they're all spellcasters, so the Secret Village works really nicely with all of that. All of this added spellcasters that weren't there before. So if you guys enjoyed this deck profile, leave a thumbs up. You guys can comment down below for any suggestions you may have for the deck. I'll leave in the description box below all the information where you can find me on social media. I'll leave all that stuff in the description below, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. And please, 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 please help by clicking an ad if you can, a few seconds out of your day, or leave a like, comment for support. All that stuff helps out, believe it or not, guys. But for now, Dragon Power 17 signing out.